there everybody. I wanted to come on real quick and do another video in my series. I didn't know I needed to know that. Probably this is one of the most asked questions or concerns that my customers have concerning the cling stamps, and that is that age-old question on how do you put the stickers on and get them straight. I've had customers to complain that their stickers get messed up, they don't properly know how to apply them. This is actually my third video in showing people how to do this, but I am going to take my time. And I was taking this stamp apart because I had just ordered this to go with. This is actually the Shaded Summer, and in the Celebration catalog that's coming out on August the 3rd, one of our free items, if you spend $100, you can get this summer shadow dies for free, and they coordinate with this Shaded Summer stamp set. So I knew that they went with one of the stamp sets, but it took me a little investigating to find out, and it is this one, and it will cut this out and this, and then you also got some free standing. I think it's got a die for this little sprig right here. So a very useful stamp and die set to have in your toolbox for your paper crafting. But what I want to do is I want to go in depth, and I was breaking mine apart. So when you get them, they're going to be connected by just little rubber feet on this piece of rubber. This is made out of the same red rubber that the stamps are made out of. What I like to do is lay it down and break my stamps loose, and then I like to lay my stamps upside down like that. Now I had already broke mine loose when I realized that I really needed to come on and make this video. And what I do is I take all of my stamps like this off of my little grid, and then I take this paper backing off. You want to take this paper backing off of each one of your stamps, because you do not want to put that down with this on. It will adhere to this and not to your stamp, and then it will come off, and that's not what you want. So just go through and make sure that you get all of that paper backing off of the back of your stamps. And some people find this to be real tedious. I'm for one that finds it very relaxing to do this, and it's strange because I know, you know, different things float different people's boats, and this might not be your thing. And even if it's not, you can use your stamps without putting the sticker on, but it's hard to tell what your stamp is saying. It's hard to see your image. So I do like to put my stickers on my cling stamps when I get them. So I do this. I go through and just make sure I take all of those backers off, and then you have a sheet with your stickers on it. Now if you look at the right side, you can read it, but what you want to do is turn it over to the wrong side, because this is where your little stamps or your stickers will peel up. What you want to do is go up under the edge like that, making sure, look and make sure you've got the sticker and you're not just pulling off the backer off of it. So pull that whole sticker off just like that. And then what you want to do, because this, I'm going to show you how to put them on by using a stamp block, and then you can see exactly where you're getting them. Lay that into the palm of your hand and just let it pick up a little bit of the oil off of your hand, and then you're going to bend it where it breaks, and just, what I like to do is just fold that edge back on each side so that I can get a hold of it. And then I take a stamp block, and you want to make sure you get one that it will fit on. So I think this one will work. Then you just want to adhere it to the block. You don't want to push or rub on it or anything like that. Just lay it down very gently and pull that backer off. And then when you turn your stamp around, and this is the one that this works for, you can look at it and you can say, oh yeah, that's the stamp. So turn it over, and you will see that your stamp will line up perfectly with that actual stamp block, your sticker. And because you're using a clear block, you can actually see. Now if you wanted to use your positioning tool, you can use that too, like your Stamparatus. But I like to do it with just my clear blocks. And once I hover over it and I see that it's right, then I just press it down. And you don't want to leave it on here. You want to take it off immediately. So just take the edge of your finger and pull it up, and you will have a perfectly positioned sticker on your stamp every time. And then what I like to do is I put them back onto, I keep this piece in my case, because if I'm using a bunch of different stamps, this lets me know if one's missing out of the set, because if I have an empty hole, then I know that one of these stamps is missing, and I can kind of find which one it is. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull this one off. Again, you want to make sure that you get all the way under there, and that one says happy birthday. So I'm going to bring that one over, stick it into my hand, rub it, pick it up, peel that back just a little bit. Do it on both sides so that you can grab hold of the edges. And once you get that on there, you can turn it on your block the best way you think you want to put it down. Pull those off. Find that particular stamp, and usually you can find it by just looking at the shape, and that's it right there, happy birthday. So again, I'm going to just hover over top of it. And once I see that I've got it, then I'm going to commit and stick it down. Pull it off, and now this one's ready to go right here. All right, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go through and do all of these, but you just want to always make sure that you're pulling the entire sticker up. You shouldn't have anything left on your paper. If the sticker doesn't come up, push it back down, rub it with your finger or your bone folder, and then try it again. So stick it onto my hand, peel the edges back, and just like that, put it on my block, peel that backer off. And again, I'm looking for the one, and this one says hello you. That's it right there. And then I'm gonna just hover over top, and once I see that I've got it exactly where I need it to be, then I'm gonna press and very carefully peel that up and place it onto your little position place. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do the big one, because the big one we're going to need to bring in a larger block. So that's one thing you want to make sure of, is that you've got the right size block. So I am going to go up here to the top of this, and I'm going to grab. The reason I didn't grab from the stem, I didn't want that to tear, so I went to the bigger part of this and peel it off. And you want to go kind of slow, because you don't want to tear these. I've never had one to tear, but I'm always very careful with these when I take them off. You'll feel a little nervous the first time you do this, but after you do 1 or 2 stamp sets, you'll be an old pro at this, and you will not have any problem putting your stickers on your cling stamps ever again. And I get so many questions about this. I just figured that this could be another, I didn't know I needed to know that. But if you purchase any cling stamps from Stampin' Up, you do need to know this. So I thought this would be another great lesson in my series, because I'm always looking to teach you, to show you how to do things that maybe you don't know how to do. And especially if it's concerning a product and making a product work better for you, because that's what I'm here for. I'm definitely here to help you with your stamping needs and help you with making your product work for you. Okay, so this one says, above and beyond, you go there a lot. And that's this one right here. Again, I'm pressing it in my hand, and then I'm going to fold that edge back. And, you know, just be careful that you don't let these stick to each other, because if they come together and stick on each other, you pretty much have a ruined sticker. You will not be able to get it apart, because they're very sticky. They're made to stick. That's the reason I'm very gentle when I put it down on the stamp block. And I just want I want to get them on there to the best of my ability, and I have found this to be absolutely the best way to adhere these, so that you can get them straight, you can get them on without having issues, and they look like they were put on by the factory. So again, I just think it's a great way to be able to put these stickers on without being stressed out, because I know that when I first got my set, I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know how to do this. So I went by the instructions here in the lid. I even went on YouTube and looked for ways to put them on, and everywhere that I looked, it said to do it this way. It didn't work for me. And I said, there has to be a better way. So when I discovered that I could do it like this and get these stickers on nice and straight every time, I thought, this is something that bears repeating on my channel, because there's constantly new people, there's constantly new customers, and you might not know this. And sometimes we take for granted, because we know how to do it, that everybody knows how to do it. But I don't ever want to feel that way. So if you ever have a question or a concern, or you need me to show you how to do something, never hesitate to email me or call me, shoot me a text, whatever you need to do. Just always leave me a way where I can get in touch with you, so that if I do need to reach out to you via email or phone call or whatever, I can reach you, because that is the most important thing. Okay, this one goes like this because it says thank you. And see, that one didn't want to raise up. I wish I'd have showed you that, but I did get it. I pulled it twice, and the whole sticker came up then. That happens sometimes, so you just want to make sure that you're getting that whole piece with the writing on one side and the little protective paper on the other side. So just peel it back like that, and I'm going to stick it down on my block and peel that off. And then I'm going to just hover over the stamp until I see that I've got all my edges, and then press it down. This just works so well, and it works every time. It's not to say that sometimes you might not be off. If you're like me and sometimes you're a little bit shaky and you try to do this, you might shake and get off just a tiny bit. But on a whole, this is the perfect way to put your stickers on your stamps. So I do try my best to make sure that you know, that I can always let y'all know the best and easiest way to do things like this. And this is by far the easiest and the best way. So I'm going to hover over top of this one, and I'm a little bit shaky today, so you can see that I'm just a tiny bit shaky, so I'm just taking my time, and then commit. And you see how fast I'm doing this. I'm doing this entire stamp set in the length of this video. So again, I'm going to peel that off, and I'm going to rub it in my hand, and then I'm going to take and pull back part of that backer and the other side of the backer, just enough so that you can get a hold of it. I pulled out 3 different stamp blocks because I knew I had different size stamps, and I wanted to make sure I had a stamp block that would accommodate all of the stamps. I mean, I could have just used the one big one, but I find it easier, just like with stamping, if I have the right size stamp block to do the job. And if you're interested in purchasing the entire set of stamp blocks, you can get those at a discount price. You can save 10% if you bundle and buy them all over buying them individually. So it's always nice if you know that you want to get all of the stamp blocks, you can save that 10% by getting them all at one time. Or if you just feel like you only need a couple stamp blocks to go with maybe what you already have, then I would just buy them individually. But that is totally up to you. I love their stamp blocks because they're nice and bulky, not real heavy, but heavy enough. You've got a place here to hold on to them. They fit really well in your hand, and I find them to be some of the best stamp blocks I've ever used. And I'm just going to get that right over top of there, and that looks really good. And then I'm going down, and then that one's done. Now, in that length of time, and it didn't take me very long, we worked on this, what, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and those are all completed. Now, what I do to keep my stamps from sticking over here, I keep my paper that I pull those off, because your stamps won't stick to this, because that's the same paper that was on. So I just take and slide my thing up, and I line up over top of my stamps, just like that. And I close that in over top. Now my stamps are completely mounted, and when I need to open them, I can peel that off, and my stamps don't stick to anything. And that's just the way I do my my cling stamps, and it works for me. So, you know, when I use them, I just peel this off, and when I'm finished, I stick that back on, close them up, and we're good to go. So again, don't forget that the Summer Shadows Dies goes with the Shaded Summer stamp set, and I will be working with this very soon, because you're going to want to grab these dies up as soon as that celebration starts, because I got a feeling these are going to move really fast. But anyway, thank you again so much for tuning in for I Didn't Know I Needed to Know That. And until we craft again, and until I see you again here on YouTube, may God richly bless you. Remember what I always say in closing: let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Father in heaven. He is so worthy. Be blessed and be a blessing to someone. Until we craft again, bye-bye.